and difficult to judge without the camera being on. I had it off. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. It's our weekly Take the Points edition. Brian's back. Welcome back, Brian.
The highlight of your week, right? Take the points, the highlight of your week.
It really is the highlight of my week. Hopefully, the highlight of you folks' week out there. So we're going to see what we can do here to make you big bucks. We're going to talk college basketball today, and
we can.
And NBA basketball today.
A couple good games this week in college.
There's some interesting stuff going on all over the place, but we're going to start out, however, talking about high school basketball here in a little bit, as well as NFL. We might talk about the playoffs.
Is that going on?
It's almost over.
Actually, there's a lot of people, football fans, this is their favorite weekend because you have the two games versus the one.
That makes no sense to me.
I kind of like it.
Again, that makes no sense to me. Mr. Old Contraire over there. We're going to talk about all that stuff here in just a little bit on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Let's first see what's going on in and around your neighborhood on this beautiful, maybe not quite so beautiful, January 26th, as it is the 26th. Happy birthday to my friend Greg. How you doing? Hope you have a good one. Also, a few things going on this weekend, and today, first at the Full Armor Christian Academy tonight, 6 p.m. The Clay County Republican Party is inviting residents to attend a Second Amendment Town Hall tonight at 6 p.m. at the Full Armor Christian Academy in Louisville. Topic of this free town hall event is the recent firearm legislation passed in Illinois. And the residents will hear from Clay County Sheriff Andy Myers, along with State's Attorney Philip Givens, as well as other local officials on their stances regarding recent changes. Doors will open at 5:30, and the town hall will begin at 6 p.m. Of course, most importantly, however, light refreshments will be prepared and served and provided by the Full Armor Christian Academy. It's by donation, so there you go. I don't know what are typically light refreshments. What do you count as cookies?
Last thing I went to that said light refreshments had a brisket, macaroni and cheese bar.
Really?
Like we went out to eat because it said light hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
We went out to eat beforehand because expecting finger food, snack items. Walk in and they got a carving station with brisket and mac and cheese bar and
where was this?
That Ricky Henderson's.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we could have ate pretty well there. We walked in already kind of full. It didn't stop us from getting more.
I don't blame you a bit.
You never say no to brisket and mac and cheese.
No, not in Louisville. I can't imagine. What else going on tonight? Over in Centralia at the Centralia Regional Library. That's there on Library Park, 515 East Broadway. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, from 4 o'clock to 5 p.m., it's going to be it's the Great American Eclipse meeting. Get ready for the Great American Eclipse on April 8th, 2024. Another total solar eclipse will be happening, and Centralia has a front row seat. Get ready to view this incredible event by going to one of their monthly workshops leading up to the Day of Totality. You'll learn just what exactly an eclipse is and why they happen, as well as how to safely view one and how to photograph it without ruining your eyes or your camera. That's important. There'll also be arts and crafts, and solar viewers will be given out. This event is held upstairs in the Munkin Activity Room, accessible by elevators and stairs. Is the
Todd Munkin?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Different guy.
He might be busy this weekend.
He probably has the money.
Yeah, that he does.
He probably has the money to name a library. That's the Centralia. I haven't talked to the Fairfield folks. I was going to try to. I know that Edwards County, I've got Jessica Gwaltney, coming up here on the show in a few weeks. Is Fairfield ready for it? Are you still in the white Fairfield bunch?
Actually, no.
You got out of that? You aged out?
Of. It doesn't exist anymore.
Well, that would do that.
Yeah, we folded shop a few months ago.
Oh, did you? Okay, well, I'm assuming then that I don't need to call Lou Carl about the eclipse.
He was out before we folded.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah. Got 2 kids. It's understandable.
Yeah, that's quite
Two young kids.
So who do I call in Fairfield about the eclipse then? Libby?
If you're needing activities, I believe that's Dina. I could be wrong on that one, but
who bought the bed? We'll talk about this all later here.
There's so many committees. I don't remember which one is.
Well, is it like you got VPF, you've got
you got the chamber, and
I don't know.
Those are your two best bets: the VPF and the chamber.
I'll contact somebody. I'll put my finger in the air and try to see.
As of now, I am out of that game.
That makes.
In fact, I plan on being.
You're a busy man.
I want to be out of town that weekend.
Well, it's not a weekend; it's a Monday.
Well, whatever. I can be out of town that weekend.
Where are you going to be? You don't want to see the thing?
I just don't want to be in Fairfield.
I'm not going to be in Fairfield.
Yeah,
but I'm going to be close by.
I don't care about two objects passing each other in the sky, so I'd rather not deal with the crowd.
What is? Do you think it's going to be that big a crowd?
It could be.
Are you worried?
I'd say
I do think all the Airbnbs are already filled up.
They are, and charging a pretty good penny, which good for them.
Yeah, well, you can't blame the folks for.
I absolutely would have done the same thing.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, my house might be available now.
Well, that's good. What else is going on this weekend? Let's move on to Saturday. The Clay County CEO kids are putting on a CEO murder mystery. Now, this is not how you typically think one of these things goes. I was, when I read through this first time, I was astonished, but upon second or third reading, I've kind of figured it out. The Clay County CEO class will have a murder mystery event from 11 a.m. to 11:15 p.m. Saturday, January 27th at the Flora Christian Church. You had the same look as me. I thought, man, they made a mistake.
12 hours and 15 minutes?
12 hours and 15 minutes. Purchase your ticket in advance by using the link on one of the CEO class Facebook or Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Class encourages online purchases. Walk-ins are more than welcome. They have times available for 8 people at a time, and it's like an hour-long show. From 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., every 15 minutes, they'll be starting a group. The experience is expected to take 45 to 60 minutes, and I guess they're just rolling through it all day long.
I thought the people were going to have to be there for 12 hours.
Well, that's what I thought.
That was not making sense to me.
Well, first time I looked at it, I thought it was 11 a.m. to 11:15 a.m., and I thought, well, that's a short show, 15-minute show.
Something to be said for efficiency.
I guess so.
That guy did it.
That guy did it right there. The butler, he's got the knife in his hand. Okay, here's what they say. Times available from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every 15 minutes. Actually, not so much anymore. The experience is expected to take 45 to 60 minutes. Please provide your phone number when you do check in. Entry is $15 per person, 8 people max in the group. So you'll have groups of 8 going through, different groups every 15 minutes or 30 minutes or something. And although if you buy 7, they'll give you the 8th one free. It's a family-friendly event. Children 9 and under are free, no ticket required. I've never heard of such a thing, and I haven't talked to the...
Just logistically how you have to set up if you're wanting multiple groups.
Yeah, but what if you're in the show? I mean, you're doing
it for a long day.
It's a long, long day.
They may have multiple actors too, understudies. I don't know. They're kids. The CEO.
Yeah, those CEO kids, man, they're driven.
Hey, you got to teach them young. You got to work for it.
They are doing that. They are certainly working for it.
Your labor will be underpaid.
Yeah, that will start early. Yeah. Learning that. Again, it's the Clay County CEO groups on. You can go online to buy your tickets. I looked at it like the 11 and 11:30 slot was taken, and then from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. were full up. But other than that, there's all kinds of openings. So
go for the matinee.
Go for the matinee, exactly. I'm with you on that. Also going on this weekend on Saturday, fish fry up in Ingraham at the Ingraham Community Building at 4 o'clock. The Clay City Fire Protection District Ingraham Station having their annual fish fry from 4 to 7. Cost of the meal is by donation. Give plenty. The money raised will go toward updating equipment. What else? On Saturday at the St. Teresa's Catholic Church in Salem, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., a $5 cover charge for a chili cook-off. Now, do you think, and I don't know, I don't think I could check into this and find out more, but are they giving away tastings?
Usually there are tastings available at chili cook-off.
It's $5 cover charge contest between the men of the church and the women of the church.
Could be a cover charge and then a charge per tasting or something too. You buy so many tickets or something.
St. Teresa's there in Salem. Who knows? With a $5 cover charge, you might get a red Solo cup to go along with that. That's a possibility. That'd make it worth your while, right?
Chili's always worth my while.
What are you doing Saturday night?
Actually, I don't know. I got a 1 o'clock game in the afternoon, and that's it. Game covered.
Well, also Saturday night is the Flora, Chamber of Commerce dinner. You can go to that. That's at the Flora Elks Club.
Been there once or twice.
I think I'm going to go to that. I guess I'm told. Let me rephrase that.
You've been told. You've been informed.
I may be required to go to that. Also, but up at the Effingham Performance Center at 7 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, and especially you ladies, hold on to your britches. It is Night Ranger, the heavy-hitting rock legend. Night Ranger.
Nice.
Playing at the Effingham Performance Center. Night Ranger has transcended the arena rock sound and style well beyond their era. Some of their best-selling albums include, name an album. Name one Night Ranger album.
I knew you were going to do this.
I can name 2 or 3 songs.
I don't know I can name a single album.
Well, I can.
You have a list of stuff, don't you? I don't have that list.
Dawn Patrol, Midnight Madness, 7 Wishes, Big Life, and Man in Motion, or just to name a few of the Night Ranger album, the Night Ranger Ouvroir.
I remember which one had Sister Christian.
I think it was Dawn Patrol, wasn't it? Night Ranger's popularity is fueled by a number of instantly recognizable hit songs, like, of course, as he mentioned, Sister Christian. Don't Tell Me You Love Me. I remember that one. I remember When You Close Your Eyes, and You Can Still Rock in America. Do you remember that one? That was a big hit.
Actually, no.
You were probably
this is 82, 83.
In your mother's arms.
Yeah, this was early 80s.
You may not have been listening to much music. So there you go, folks. Enjoy
My first favorite song I can remember, actually having a favorite song.
Sister Christian?
No. I love rock and roll, Joan Jett.
Oh, yeah, see, now that's a good one. 1983, thereabouts. Or might have been 82, 83, somewhere in there. So, that's good taste. My first one that I remember, first song that I fell in love with was Help by the Beatles. Now, granted, I don't remember listening to it when it came out in 65, but I do remember listening to it like 68 or 9 because I would play with the record.
You were 59, 60, somewhere in there?
Me?
No, you were 64.
66. I was born in 66.
Yeah. So I was doing the math.
I remember being about 3 or 4 years old playing with Help on the record player because it had the great start of it. Sounded like a James Bond movie. There you go. There's a reference back to your James Bond. We'll get to that here in the next few weeks sometime, the James Bond stuff, after football's over. What else going on, folks, today? This is, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for it, National Bigwig Day. Putting the fun in fundraising while bringing awareness to a cause close to many hearts. National Bigwig Day on the last Friday in January gives everyone an opportunity to play an important role, the role of the bigwig. It's both an expression of the potential potential inside of all of us and the entertaining opportunity to positively impact the lives of others. To do this, folks, dust off hidden talents and bring them forth without hesitation. So be bold and even maybe a little bit. I think this is actually just a fundraiser day or something like that. I've been trying to figure out. I read through this a couple of times, trying to figure out what exactly National Bigwig Day is. But I've had some difficulty. On 2016, it was founded in 2016 by Patty Sharkey after a bout of post-holiday blues. After going through her fabulous collection of wigs and selecting a chocolate raspberry curly wig, taking a selfie, she posted Happy National Big Wig Day, and by golly, it just took off. So did you bring your big wig?
I did not. I do have one.
I've got one too. I had a wig for I think whenever I was William Wallace on Halloween?
Ric Flair.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
I've seen if it survived the move. I haven't seen it for a while. So. I know I still have the Ric Flair robe.
What else is going on today, ladies and gentlemen? This is National Fun at Work Day. That must go right along with Big Wig Day.
I thought that was every day, Bruce.
Yeah, well, it is for me. Fight the workday doldrums during National Fun at Work Day on the last Friday of January. National Day calendar makes it easy to do when everyone around the workplace has maybe act like everyone has a birthday or enter maybe a date to see what's going on. Enter your date on your computer, see what's going on that day. How to observe fun at work day? Well, host a boss look-alike contest. Would that be fun at work for you?
I work from home, so
well, you can enjoy fun at work.
I guess I'd have to dress up like Sarah.
That's a good one. I like that. That would go right with National Big Wig Day. Yeah, I like that. Organize a chili cook-off. They say, look at that gal. She's getting into National Fun at Work Day.
Do not look up her browser history.
No, do not. What is she looking at right there on the computer? What has she got going on?
I didn't know they made them that big.
Go office to office singing random songs. Hey, well, could do Night Ranger songs from office to office. Create a healthy potluck, maybe with a variety of fruits and veggies. How about you set up a cornhole game in the break room or maybe in an appropriate hallway of your office? There you go. So all kinds of different ways, ladies and gentlemen, to celebrate National Fun at Work Day. Kind of a more conventional national day also, ladies and gentlemen, today. January 26th each year celebrates National Peanut Brittle Day.
Just a week after your, what was it was the toffee one.
The toffee butter crunch.
Was that last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is peanut brittle. It's a little different. Peanut brittle's okay, but I don't much care for it in comparison. I like peanut brickle as opposed to peanut brittle, and I don't think they have peanut brickle day. Do you know what peanut brickle day is?
Nope.
That's when it's basically, instead of, as you see here, it's just like the peanuts sticking out of a thin sheet of sugar or candy or whatever
Hard
it is.
sugar, basically, yeah.
Brickle is kind of like payday, like a payday bar.
Okay.
Except it's different. It's harder candy.
Harder than a payday?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good. That's also what National Peanut Brittle. You can make peanut brittle that is. That's when you heat it too much to make it the big. Which peanut brittle? You probably don't like peanut brittle,
nope.
do you, Mr. Health Boy over there? That's.
It's not a health thing.
You don't like it on your teeth?
I do a lot of not healthy things.
Can you do that? Do you not like it on your teeth?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, to each his own. The history of peanut brittle is uncertain, although one legend says it was all a mistake. The story goes that a southern woman was making taffy, and instead of using cream of tartar, she used baking soda by accident, and that made herself a batch of peanut brittle. What makes peanut brittle brittle? The sugar for peanut brittle is cooked to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, called the hard crack stage. This makes the candy hard with a snap to it, stretching the sugar. Once it cools to a malleable temperature, gives the brittle a delicate brittle texture. So, see, now you've learned all you ever needed to know.
Pretty sure I already knew all I needed to know about peanut brittle.
Well, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't. What's on high school? What's on television tonight? High school sports. We've got boys basketball tonight. Patoka Odin is at Sisney. That's on Channel 100. Also, Breeze Modern Day will be in Teutopolis. I'll be at that one. That's on Channel 99. NBA basketball tonight. The Suns are at the Pacers. That's on BSM Plus. That's 142. Bally Network 142. Hockey tonight. The Golden Knights are at the Rangers on ESPN at 6 o'clock. The Blues at the Kraken on Bally at Channel 630 at 9 o'clock. So you got late Blues. That'll be fun to watch. College basketball tonight. Ohio is at Kent State on CBS Sports Network. No really good games tonight. Marist.
There's one.
There is one. There is one. Marist Red Foxes at Niagara Purple Eagles.
Wasn't it.
I had no idea what Marist or Niagara the name was until I looked this up. That's not the one, is it?
That's not the one.
Is it at on ESPN2, the St. Joseph Hawks at the St. Bonaventure Bonnies?
Third best game of the day.
That is a nice one. It's 7:30. Like I said, that's on the Deuce Channel 638. Fox Sports 1 at 9 o'clock. Stanford Cardinal at the California Golden Bears. That's not it either, is it?
That's not it.
Is that the number 2?
That's number 2.
All right. Number 1 game of the day at 7 o'clock tonight. I know you'll be watching high school basketball on Channel 99, but if you don't, maybe at halftime, switch over to the Michigan State Spartans at the Wisconsin Badgers at 7 o'clock. Fox Sports 1, Channel 610. I'm assuming that is your game of the day.
That's game of the day.
That's going to be fun. When you get a desperate Michigan State Spartan team.
Yeah, on the road.
On the road with a beatable Wisconsin squad.
Probably about a 4-point spread.
You think it'll be that close?
Best guess.
It's probably about out.
I say that's Ken Palm has it at 4. Lines tend to open up right around theirs.
It's probably going to be. They're probably announcing that as we're shooting this. Thanks, Brian. We're shooting this on Thursday night, but yeah, it'll be around you're probably right. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Catch TV. Brian Turner's here. Let's talk basketball and football right after this. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Chapman's Furniture has the best prices every day. You can find them open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5 and located at 210, 300, and 306 West Main Street in Salem. Chapman's features a full line of furniture, including Ashley Furniture, bedding by Sealy and Bimco, and the largest selection of rugs in Southern Illinois. They have a huge selection of recliners, including lift and power, and wallpaper and border in stock at closeout prices. Call 618-548-2221 for the best price around.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
And hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch. That's very kind.
I do try to keep us on the air.
You do need to watch you do need to see what Wells talked about yesterday, and see if I still have a show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in here today on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. It is our weekly Take the Points show. Brian Turner is back. Last week, we talked a little bit about the Salem Invitational Tournament. Did you get a chance to watch any good high school basketball over the weekend?
Did not, because I was I saw some good basketball, but not that tournament.
Where'd you go?
Let's see what I have. Well, last week was the Carmi tournament.
Oh yeah, you saw some fun basketball.
Saw some fun basketball there.
Yeah, you had Mount Vernon and Carmi and
Fairfield all shared the title.
Do they cut the thing up into 3 pieces, or how do they?
Well, for some reason they gave the home team the trophy and said they'd mail the other 2. To me, it'd be a little cheaper to have the home team wait. You don't have to mail that one. You're not wasting your
that would make more sense.
Your shipping and/or gas.
That would you would let's see. Mount Vernon from Flora is probably from Carmi probably is closer than Fairfield to Carmi, right?
Actually, probably is.
Yeah, it's pretty close anyway.
Yeah, so if I was going to stick around for the second game, I was going to run into Evansville through Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
Didn't wind up sticking around for the late one.
We had some good basketball over in Salem, ladies and gentlemen. The Salem Invitational Tournament. I wrote down before the tournament how I thought the games were going to go. There were 12 games in the tournament. I got 12 right from my, I got 11 right from my first draft. And then going into the championship game, I said, I got one wrong. And I didn't change it. Of course, I can't change on the piece of paper, but I changed my mind on who was going to win the final. Here's what the final Salem Invitational Basketball Tournament turned into. East St. Louis knocked off Centralia 45-37 in the championship game. It was a closer game than that, really, folks, though, as it ended up being 8 points, but East St. Louis took over a little bit in that fourth quarter, and Centralia just couldn't hit their threes, could not come back. Centralia is a good ball team. I was kind of surprised, Brian, that they were number 5 ranked in Class 3A.
Well, they've had some good wins, though. I mean,
they have had some good wins. The thing that I was kind of surprised by, I thought they'd be bigger. Usually a team that...
No, they're a shooting team.
Yeah, they are certainly.
They were bigger 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
All the COVID year, I know they were huge.
Yeah, they're not that big, but East St. Louis outsized them, and it kind of telling in that the all tournament team MVP Davis Bynum, he earned that. He took over in that fourth quarter, actually in the whole second half against Centralia to in that tournament championship game, and he basically said, "Hop on my back, boys, we're going," and he took them through. Robert McCline and Taylor Powell also from East St. Louis made that first team. Of course, Cruz Harlan, one of the shooters we were talking about from Centralia, outstanding shooter on that first team. Daryl Jones on the second team, also from Centralia. Navante Nesbitt, a senior from Mount Vernon. You've seen Navante play.
Actually, no, I haven't.
He's fun to watch.
I've seen some clips.
DeCarl Payne from Carbondale made the first team. Second team, the interesting players, of course, Gavin Zimmerman, a nice player from Salem, Connor Tennyson, they both good 6'3", 6'4" seniors. Zimmerman might be a junior. Jarence Howard's a freshman. He is the son of Jarence Howard. You remember Jarence Howard playing for Illinois back in the 1990s?
Nope, actually I don't. That would have been post-Flying Illini.
Post-Flying Illini. He played for late 90s he played for both Kruger and Self, and then became a coach for Self. He coached at Illinois for Bruce Weber for 3 years, and then went and coached with Bill Self for 10 or 12 years.
I purposely avoided Big Ten games there for several years.
Why in the world?
Because I'm an ACC snob back then. I mean, I still am, but
I was going to say back then.
But now I can't defend it. We're the 4th or 5th best team in the conference now, or in the nation now.
But yeah, Jarence Howard, the freshman, he's going to be a really good player. He's as smart a freshman as I've seen in years. He knew where to go. He knew when to pull the trigger, when to feed other people. Carbondale is going to be good here in the next few years. Yeah, that is if Jarence Howard stays at SIU. I mean, you never know. That's the coaches.
Yeah, when you have a dad like that, coaches tend to not have the longest tenures.
Coaches don't stick around all that long. I mean, they'll keep Brian Mullins at SIU as long as they can. You would think, the head coach, but assistant coaches move.
Well, when you coach at that level, you tend to either be good enough that you get lured away, or you're the other end of that.
Yeah, or you're replaced.
Yeah,
you get good enough that you're. But it was a fun tournament. Appreciate everybody tuning in to watch that tournament. We had a good time. Let's talk NFL football. You know when we're going to do it? Right after these words. Back in a sec.
Hi, my name is Landon Carter, and I'm a financial consultant at Benjamin F. Edwards in Florida. Whether you're planning to send a loved one to school, preparing for retirement, or passing your wealth to the next generation, we have the knowledge and perspective to implement financial strategies that will help you move smoothly through life's transitions. Here at Edwards, our clients know that we are fully invested in their financial future. To find out more, call Duke and I invite you to give us a call at 618-508-8050. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Syndrome. Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here.
Is this thing off?
It is. It is not. It was.
Thankfully.
You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Guess who's here? Brian Turner is back. And
maybe temporarily.
Did you get your, by the way, I put it up there on the screen, iamweeze.com. Did you get your year-end the music thing?
The albums, yes, I did. I finally got it up.
Is up there?
Yep.
All right, so if you're looking for something new to listen to, by all means, check out Brian's
116 albums,
and it's usually a pretty eclectic mix.
This year was not so much.
Really?
1 or 2 rock albums, maybe 7 or 8 hip hop albums, none of which made the top 10.
And then it's Americana,
and then a bunch of Americana, a lot of Ozark and Oklahoma stuff.
Really?
I got into a groove with it apparently.
Apparently so. Well, that's
called the Zach Bryan effect.
He's very good.
Yeah,
he's very good. You said Tyler Childers was number 1.
Tyler was number 1.
Who was last? Do you remember what was the worst album you listened to this year?
I can get to it quickly.
That's always enjoyed the Roger Ebert columns. Whenever he had a bomb or a dog movie, he would just ravage it.
And I will say there are albums that I listened to once through, and it's bad enough I don't go back and, because I usually try to listen to an album 3 or 4 times before I start assigning points. So there were worse, but the worst one I actually rated was Cinderwell. And then Young Boy NBA was next, which was hip hop, and then a folky was.
What about somebody that somebody would have heard of?
Young Boy is actually pretty popular. Little Yachty's pretty popular. It was way down there.
Little Yachty?
Yeah.
Like Yachty Ermelina?
Boy Genius is liked by a lot of people.
You don't like Boy Genius?
Not that album, no.
I am so glad to hear that. The reason I am is because somebody that I know very closely is a big fan. A big fan.
I like
and I don't get it.
The 3 girls in the group, I like some of their individual stuff. The album wasn't for me.
It just it sounded to me like they just came together. They showed up a rehearsal at the same time.
Yeah, I struggle with shoegazy stuff too.
That's about what that is.
Yeah.
Speaking of not shoegazing, let's take a look at what's going on. What's going on this weekend? Anything good in the football?
Not on Saturday.
Nothing on Saturday.
Actually, the first Saturday without football in a long time.
By the way, congratulations, I guess, go out to Jim Harbaugh. Boy, things are going his way right now, huh?
Yeah. In my division, too.
Jim Harbaugh takes a job with the Los Angeles Chargers, and life just got worse for they. So you have the coaches in your division.
And I didn't want Harbaugh for the Raiders, which was a discussion at one point, but I also didn't want to have to go against them in my division.
Well, let's just think about it. The coaches in your division. That doggone thing went off again. Let's move to a different camera. The coaches in your division. You're talk about Andy Reid, Super Bowl champion,
second best modern era, if not possibly the best.
Yeah. Well, he or Belichick, you'd have arguments. A former Super Bowl champion, best cheater going in Sean Payton. Since Bill Belichick isn't going anymore.
True.
Jim Harbaugh.
Also a cheater going.
Also a pretty good cheater. He's pretty good at it. Ask Ohio State and everybody else. And then Antonio Pierce.
Which we finally made official that he's our coach. Took the interim tag off.
Okay, so let's look at the quarterbacks in your division.
Let's not. Let's not.
Well, you're better than the quarterback at Denver. I mean, who's quarterback in Denver now? Russ is gone. It'll be.
Russ, well, he's not gone officially.
Well, who was the guy who started the last two games? I can't remember.
Let's see, Drew Lock's in Seattle.
Yeah, I can't.
Honestly, I don't remember.
You've got Pat Mahomes. You've got Justin Herbert.
Pretty solid.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Which, honestly, I would still take over Aiden O'Connell. I know we had to figure out if O'Connell was the answer. It turns out he was not. Garoppolo is serviceable. I think if you take away the McDaniels aspect, if you hire a decent offensive coordinator with some experience, I'm okay with Jimmy G.
All right, so we'll move on from Jim Harbaugh. What?
Still got a couple of coaching spots to guess on, though.
I just can't believe Bill Belichick hadn't been hired yet. I'm stunned, and apparently Atlanta are the only people who have even talked to him.
Which they just lost out on Harbaugh, so they may decide to pull
Were they waiting on Harbaugh to bet on to buy, but try to hire Belichick?
It would tell you how far Belichick's star has fallen.
Wow. I mean, so you got Belichick and you've got Vrabel still out there.
I think he goes to the Panthers.
You think no, they hired today.
Who they hire?
Canales?
I missed that.
Yeah, they hired this afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, a guy, who was the offensive coordinator for? Or somebody.
See, it was Slowick and Johnson were the two offensive guys.
I think Johnson's going. The word is Johnson's going to Washington.
That's kind of been linked for a while.
Yeah, and
I just assumed that would mean the next falling piece is Vrabel to the.
Canales went to Carolina today. Vrabel probably told him step off, something like that.
I know where he can go be a defensive coordinator. I'd take him in a heartbeat.
I'll bet. Okay, but big games this weekend, folks. Let's get to that. We've been kind of pushing it off.
Falcons are hiring Raheem Morris
to be head coach.
Just pulled up NFL.com.
Belichick and Vrabel are getting cut out of the Feeding Bowl. Wow. You think Belichick is done at 3:30, 3:35 or whatever he is?
He wanted that.
He
record.
wanted 3:49 bad. Whew. That's great. Oh, I meant sorry for Coach. I'm sure he's a nice guy and his mother loved him.
Probably not. Actually, I've always assumed he's going to make a great broadcaster.
Well, he does wonderfully.
You give him, when he loosens up and is not, being combative with reporters and answering the same dumb questions and not wanting to give away anything, you get him actually talking football. He's great.
Well, who gets kicked out of the booth then? If you got to bring in Tom Brady in one booth, is Adam Archuleta leaving?
Adam who is what the network would say. Bill Belichick is on that phone.
Charles Davis? What's happening to Charles Davis? I love Charles Davis.
Just don't get rid of Greg Olsen.
I just don't think it'd be the number one team anymore. I think they're going to make, who knows? Football's this weekend.
There's other stuff going on.
There's other stuff going on. It is the Ravens versus the Chiefs first, and then it is then you have San Francisco versus the Detroit Lions. Detroit, of course, the number 3 seed versus the number 1, and Kansas City also the number 3 seed versus the number 1. Of course, seeding doesn't matter at this point, but the Ravens and Chiefs are first in the day. What is the world expecting expecting from Baltimore versus Kansas City, Brian?
The world or the sharp world?
Yes.
Because the world has it pretty well split. 52% of the bets on the Ravens, 67% of the money, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the sharp money
On the 3.5.
At the $3.50, well, or 3.5 points. What's the key for the Ravens to beat the Chiefs, to knock the Chiefs out?
Well,
Have
the
to
key
stop
for the,
Mahomes?
I'll say the key, I'll go the other way. The key for the Chiefs would be Willie Gay being healthy, because that's the only guy they have on that side of the ball that's athletic enough to chase Lamar Jackson.
Chris Jones can't do that?
No.
He's a little slow at it.
He could get there in the backfield, but he's not gonna. He's
not
not
gonna
a
be
shadow
lateral.
spy.
Yeah.
Willie Gay is like an athletic freak. I remember him coming out in the draft. I follow Spark Scores, which takes like a lot of the draft combine stuff. He was like 99th percentile athlete. I mean, an incredible athlete.
The thing about the Chiefs is, are they healthy? They appear to be. They won.
We talked last week about the 6 scores and health and all that. There's no real big discrepancies this week. Last week, the only one was the Chiefs versus the Bills.
Right. The Ravens are healthy, pretty much at this point, as healthy as you can be, I guess. Without, they're down 3 running backs,
Which
but
they are every year.
they've been out running.
Baltimore running backs are the new Spinal Tap drummers.
Who just signed? By the way, somebody just signed tight end like this week.
Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz signed with who?
Was it
He was signed with Detroit.
Lions? Yeah.
Yeah, he signed with
Yeah,
Detroit.
because Laporta's been banged up. And,
You need somebody.
that's what you're talking about health. Look at who the Chiefs have played recently. None of them have been healthy, so that's helped them look a little better than they probably are.
Well, no, that's true.
Bengals.
Buffalo was hurt.
Buffalo, Miami had, I think, 6 starters out. Buffalo had starters out and was on 2 days less rest. So the Chiefs have had three in a row great spots that has helped them get on this run. Before that, you remember where everybody's talking about what's wrong with the Chiefs' offense, and the defense has been pretty solid all year. Once after Chris Jones missed that first game against Detroit, but remember he was sold out in week 1 and Detroit beat him. And defense has been solid. Offense hasn't been, which has been a great argument for Eric Bieniemy, even though the Commanders.
But hold on, okay. So what are we picking?
You want everyone's picks?
Yeah, well, because that'll bring me into the discussion. One of the things I want to bring up.
That game, we've got 2 people on the Chiefs.
What we're doing here, by the way, folks, we're each picking a side in the ATS, and we're each picking a.
We do have one guy that took a total. He missed the assignment.
Oh, good Lord, Jamie!
The educator did not understand the assignment.
How many times do I have to say it? I only said it 3 times.
And then again, I'm always the guy that's trying to sneak in props, teasers,
and then we're picking a prop
team totals.
Yeah, we're picking a prop too. So
if you let me get creative with my picks,
I know. Yeah. So what are we doing here? First game.
You and Lucas are both on the Chiefs.
I am proudly on the Chiefs. So I got 4 points. He got 3.5. I am, and the reason I explained it to you before we got on TV. I have learned my lesson. I am not betting against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
I'm a numbers guy,
especially if he's getting points.
I dive into DVOAs and I look at power ratings and all that. This number should be 6.5. I mean, if you look at any of the advanced metric stuff. Is Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs with Andy Reid and healthy tight ends and all that worth 3 points? Possibly.
Yeah, maybe.
That being said, I'm still taking Baltimore. But, I mean, that's... narrative should not drive... Your past tendency should not drive us.
That's exactly right.
Spread 3 points.
I will bring up a couple of things in the whenever we're talking college basketball.
Yeah,
how past performance does not. I had a bad night. I had a bad night Tuesday night or Wednesday night because I was watching past stuff.
Mahomes is at the point where he probably gets the Brady effect, where you don't bet against the guy in the playoffs.
Yeah.
As I'm a Steve Fezzik fan.
Yeah.
He's like, it's hard to bet against God in the playoffs, and right now Mahomes is God.
Well, that's true. Fezzik.
That being said, I'm betting against God in the playoffs.
There you go. What are our props? Our player props.
Let's start. Actually, Lucas and Jamie both have Travis Kelce props. Lucas has 7+ receptions at plus money. He got plus 116 on that. And then Jamie has 2 touchdowns, which he did last week, at plus 700.
That's if he hits that one, that's a nice one.
They probably both forget that Kyle Hamilton exists. The Ravens do have one of the few chess pieces in football that can match up with Travis Kelce.
But Taylor Swift's going to be there. Taylor Taylor Swift will be there.
Well, Kyle Hamilton's about to be Mr. Steal Your Girl.
I like that. That's all right.
Gus Edwards, under 41.5 rushing yards. I don't know if you're expecting the Ravens to be behind that much.
No, I just don't think he's going to need to run the ball.
If it's a close game, they will run the ball, and it will be with Edwards. Justice Hill's their pass catching back.
I just don't think they'll run with Gus Edwards. I just don't think they're going to do that.
I was actually looking at taking the over on that. I didn't see your picks. I'm probably looking at the over on that.
Well, that's fine.
And then I have Rashee Rice under 6.5 receptions. Baltimore's got the number one defensive DVOA in football. He's a big play guy. He's not a volume guy.
There you have that one. Let's take a look at the second game. The heading out to the San Francisco, you've got the Cinderella Boys, the Detroit Lions.
The feel-good story.
Feel-good story. Does the carriage turn into a pumpkin?
This is the NFL. This is not Disney.
What do we got going on? What are our picks for the second game?
You and Lucas, same. +7 on Detroit.
It's too many points. That's why I did this.
That is what every Joe Public is saying right now.
I am Joe Public. It's too many doggone points against that team that has played above their heads all season long, and I think they're still going to do it.
Jamie, once again, did not understand. He just moneylined the Lions at +270.
I said pick a side ATS.
Yeah, I understood it.
I said pick a side ATS.
So let's assume he's taking the Lions +7 as well.
Well, yeah, that's a good assumption.
And then,
so the three of us on the Lions,
and then
Mr. Au Contraire.
Yeah, 49ers -7.
Why do you think
this is one of the few times where you have the sharps on the favorite on both sides?
Oh, really?
I mean, especially in heavily bet games, the sharps tend to land on underdogs and unders because public moves
to the favorite.
In the bigger games like this, smaller games, sharps move lines. This game, I mean, the games where you have this kind of volume, which I already saw, like, as of Thursday morning, both of these games had more bets than any game last week on Sunday.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's...
So it's heavily bet.
Yeah.
What are our props?
Lucas has Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown at +145.
I would like that.
Especially because you can attack them downhill a little bit, and he has been pretty good on those lead follows.
He's got a little hitch in his step.
Jamie's got the Sun God anytime touchdown +130.
Yeah, that's all right.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Bruce has Jahmyr Gibbs over 45.5.
Over 45.5. I didn't think that was enough yards. I thought he probably needed to be 50 or 60.
Depends on if they want to use Montgomery or not.
Yeah, but Montgomery's short yardage though. I mean, they usually, well, heck, Gibbs is averaging what 8.5 a carry.
Which, I mean, with three of you on the Lions, that would lead to them being able to run the ball a little more than I'm expecting to.
Right.
I have Brock Purdy over 270.5 passing yards. This is good weather. This is Brock Purdy at home.
I'm surprised.
This is a Lions defense that's not great at stopping the pass.
I'm surprised that you didn't go Brandon Ayuk. I mean, I was going to go Ayuk over.
His number's a little inflated right now because I think the sharps are expecting Debo to not play.
Yeah.
I think he'll play, not help much. I'm hoping they announce he plays. Actually, I say that the line popped 52 today. I took the under on the 52.
Okay.
I was waiting on. I was assuming Debo gets announced he's going to play. Line goes up a little bit, and I was going to take the under.
You know he's going to play, but I'm like you. I just don't think he plays effectively.
Yeah.
I really don't.
He's such a physical player.
Here's the Super Bowl futures for right now. Before these games, I'm sorry, the little cutoff. Niners are +1.5, Baltimore +180, Chiefs 4-1 almost, and Detroit almost 8-1, 750 to 1. But
hypothetical, if it's 49ers versus Ravens, who do you take?
I've got that too. Well, where is that? Here's I didn't put them all on there. Doggone it, I left a couple off. I forgot to hit the show more button. There's the exactus.
Like, where do you set that line at, though?
49ers over Ravens?
Versus Ravens. I have a specific reason for asking this.
I would set the line 49ers versus Ravens. I would probably give the Niners 3.
I think it's 1.5-ish.
Do you think so?
Yeah. You can get the NFC at even money right now on the money line.
Really?
The AFC is currently minus 115, NFC plus 100 on one book I saw today.
Wow.
So if you think it is 49ers Ravens,
I don't think that, but well, I hope not. Well, I don't care. I'm betting on the Lions anyway. I'm not betting on the lines, not the Lions. I'm betting on the
or both.
I'm betting on the line. I'm not betting on the Lions to win.
Yeah.
I'm betting on the line. Just the same thing with Kansas City. I'm betting on the line. That's fun. Here's what we look like last 2 weeks. All that green equal to all that red. It may not look like that, but we're 8-8 both weeks. So
I even flip flopped from 1-3 to 3-1. I mean,
I'm 2-2. Well, heck, I'm ahead, aren't I? How about that? Who's behind? Lucas
right now.
And
he's done pretty well all year, though.
He's having a good year. So there you go, folks. We'll come back here in just a second. So I'll probably talk a little bit about.
I think there's three of us that are above 500 on the year.
There are three of us. We have one of us that is dragging the whole team down.
The one that did not understand the assignment.
The anchor. We'll be back right after this.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Where am I? Over here. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. You know, I ought to
You're
figure.
too young to be asking that question.
Not by far. Not by too doggone
there.
We are getting there. I got to tell you.
Dad going to Carmine the other day?
Huh?
Going to Carmine to cover wrestling?
What'd you do?
Looked up and I was on the interstate.
You did not.
Yeah, just not paying attention. I was going to Evansville later in the day. I think that's what I had in my head when I.
How far were you?
I was halfway to Millshoals. I had to take.
How far were you down the interstate?
Halfway to Millshoals.
Halfway to Burnt Prairie?
Yeah. So I took that blacktop. Turns out it iced the day before.
I bet it did.
Yeah, it was.
You know what? I bet they didn't treat it with the de-icers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how's Centerville?
It's there.
Not much of it.
No.
Welcome back, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Let's talk a little bit of college hoops. And as you folks know, I like to show from our friends at Veasan, I like to show the top ATS and that kind of thing. This is from after Tuesday night, and the reason I know that is because I take that back. I believe it's after Tuesday night, because Minnesota was 14-3 going into Tuesday night. I made the silly mistake of betting against Minnesota in the barn against Wisconsin on Tuesday night. I should have known better.
But they lost.
They lost by 2.
By 2.
They didn't lose by 3, which was kind of what I needed.
I want to say Big Ten, last number I heard, 28-21 ATS home teams.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, somewhere around there. And that was within the last day or two I've heard that.
28-21?
Yeah. It's hard to cover on the road.
It's hard to cover on the road. And Illinois didn't cover last night.
That has always been a conference that protects its home teams.
What do you think about let's talk a little
Illinois at Northwestern. I mean,
we talked about it earlier in the show, this Michigan State at Wisconsin tonight. I mean, if you were thinking about doing something with that game, what would you do?
Well, you said you thought 4 was short, so I think I agree with you.
I do think the 4 is short.
Like I said, that's a guessing at the line.
Boy, Michigan State on the road, though, was so inconsistent. But they're playing well right now. I don't know. Here's, again, Southern Illinois. The Go Salukis go on the best ATS. How about the worst? Also, I know that past performance does not follow future performance.
You faded Missouri, didn't you?
No, gosh, no. I told you I've never bet Missouri again.
I mean, you faded them.
No. I bet against Middle Tennessee State last night on Wednesday night, and against Jacksonville State.
And when you bring these up, we're at the point now where
these mean something now.
If you have been betting against or on this team, you've been burnt, you're going to be reluctant. So this is where you start looking at fading the best and following the worst teams here.
Well, like I tried to do. I tried to fade Minnesota the other night.
You tend to regress to the mean.
I would feel fine fading Southern Illinois. I would have no problem against to do that.
ATS tends to regress to the mean.
Here's speaking of here's over and under. We were just talking about that.
Go Mules.
Stags.
By the way, if you were an overbetter on the Mules this year, you can already collect
13-10.
Yeah.
What was the number? 12?
12.5.
No kidding. With 6 games to go.
Yeah.
You know what has really probably surprised people on that, I think, is how I was talking with somebody today about they were having watched that game. They were surprised how good Lane Tucker has turned out this year. He's thinned out and he's playing.
He's lost some weight and he's more athletic. Rebounding and defense have both come a long way. Shooting percentage isn't quite where you want it to be, but he's also one of the few guys that can create his own shot. So sometimes he has to.
And so I mean that must.
Harrelson's over 40% on threes. Justice is taking care of the ball. Jay's playing great D. I mean, the defense all around has been way better.
That's how you win in Class 2A when in Southern Illinois basketball.
And like we talked during the Carmikes, until the last game when Landon had like 6 assists. We didn't really have anyone in that. Toby puts out the leaders for. Nobody was really in the top 10 until after the last game. It's been a team effort for him this year.
Here's the best under teams. Dartmouth never scoring points and keeping people down. 2. That's L.I. Oh, it's Long Island University. That's not Lindenwood, is it?
Pretty sure I got a bet on Lindenwood tonight.
Do you really?
I've already got 25 night. In. You mean last night?
Friday night, yeah. Sorry, Friday night. I'm not sure, but so there you have it, folks. The college basketball season rolling along like a freight train. I guess we're not going to talk at all about we didn't get a chance last week to talk about Terrence Shannon coming back.
I would be very reluctant to do that whole standing ovation thing.
I would be very reluctant to talk very much about that.
Period.
Period. But
you read about it. I mean, this isn't a typical sexual assault thing.
This is all. It's a wild story.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the courts and all that, and you have to play them. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have given the guy a standing ovation for that.
Yeah, that's. There's a level of comfortability that sometimes gets breached. Folks, thanks so much but go Illinois, go, and go Terrence Shannon. Not loving, go Terrence Shannon. Go team, go. That's my team.
That's your team.
Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see y'all next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey.